It began with a kind of love affair. So I visited Debra and Dennis Scholl at their home in Miami, and the entire condominium was filled with this art. And to be honest, you're not speaking to an expert. I'm a real novice in this regard, but I just fell in love with the work. So I got the catalog, and I slammed it down on the table, and I said to my curators, I think we should really do this. And it wasn't a hard sales pitch because, well, I mean, look around. I find it so inspiring and uplifting, and it allows the Phillips Collection to explore, and I think a very dramatic and exciting way, some of the sort of strategic directions that we're trying to follow. One is that contemporary art is not a Western phenomenon, and surely if Duncan Phillips were alive today, he would embrace that idea with great excitement.
It is so beautiful and also really diverse. One of the things that struck me about the Scholl's story is how much effort they've gone to, in the fact that Dennis has actually travelled to many of these remote communities, most of which Australians would have never been to, I might add.
Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, he's really built up a level of trust that, I mean, Regina Wilson spent, gosh, I don't know, it's almost 2 weeks with us. She executed a mural in our sculpture courtyard that we had the opportunity to commission, and she was here with her son and her granddaughter, and you could just sense that she would never have embarked on that kind of trip here and deal with, you know, hundreds of people that she was talking to over these days, which I dare say is a real intrusion into her life of art making, were it not for that trust.
This message stick, it is really special story to us. That's how come we paint on the canvas for generation and generation to learn how the ancestors used to travel before the white people came to Australia.
Be something special to share that with Mum, and she's actually given me a paintbrush and a paint to help her out and do a bit of painting.
What do you think that people who come to see this will take from it? I mean, it's remarkably unique,
yeah.
Different to what many people will have seen, and as I said, very diverse in that some of the paintings are at canvas, some are, you know, almost sculptural as we're looking at them, others are on bark.
Well, maybe the best way for me to answer is by relating a few of the comments from the opening last night. Several people came up and said, oh my God, I've fallen in love with several works. Do you think there's a way that I can find these artists? I said, talk to Dennis Scholl. So there was like a visceral reaction. Somebody else emailed me this morning that he was so impressed with the intensity, the authenticity of expression. He said, oh, so much of, you know, contemporary art, as most people would know it from art museums, art fairs, galleries. He said, oh, really pale, they pale by comparison. So I have the sense that for many of our visitors, this will be a voyage of discovery, and it will prick their imagination and set them off on journeys they never expected.